Welcome to the mic, the Made in China podcast. This is Colin, your host, and also the producer. Today I'm with Teaira. And Teaira, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for inviting me.
So before we jump into your exciting life here in China and the comedy, which I have not had anyone related to comedy, I'm really excited to get to. Let's talk about your life before China. So where were you? You were from the United States?
Yes, I was born and raised in Florida. Sunny, beautiful, weird, crazy, alligator-infested Florida.
What was life like back there? Like what things do you miss? And
I definitely, you know what, this is going to sound really weird, but I miss hurricane season, partly because of hurricane parties, and those were the best.
really?
Yeah.
I've not heard of those. So yeah, take me to a hurricane party.
Basically what you do is you and your friends, like if it's like a category 1 to 3, like you don't evacuate. You just hunker down, you stay home.
Okay.
But you all find a friend's house. Everybody brings booze, everybody brings food, and it's just
man.
like a giant sleepover where everybody's getting as drunk as they can because we're all locked inside of a house for the next 3 to 4 days. It's lovely. I miss those.
So in a way, hurricanes are like guaranteed party season.
Yeah,
Like,
because we always have a hurricane season. It's between, I believe, July to November, and because of Florida where we are, we're usually gonna get some kind of
You get
action.
something.
Yeah.
that makes sense. So you were born and raised in Florida. Most of your time in the U.S. was spent in Florida. Did you travel outside of Florida at all?
A little bit actually. Yes. So I actually used to live on a ship.
Really?
Yeah, I lived on, it's called the Spanish Galleon, and I volunteered. And one of the things that I was able to do was sail up the East Coast with the ship because it was a functioning, working ship. So I sailed all the way up to Maine. And then after that, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Ship life is not for me. Like, we would be out on the ocean in the dark. You can't see anything. You can't see land for days. And I was starting to go crazy. So we bounced around to like Maine, Maryland. I went stayed for like 10 days in New York. Really cool. So I've traveled on the East
Up the East Coast, then.
Yeah.
Quite a ways.
Seattle, I've been to, very lovely state. But yeah, that's kind. Oh, Louisiana.
Louisiana food.
Oh, I've been to Louisiana 4 times. That is the best state. New Orleans.
The vibe.
Yes, love it.
I've been to Louisiana once, and yeah, the food is what would keep me coming back. Good New Orleans
Etouffee.
food. A little bit spicy, but
Yes.
super good. Okay, so then from there, growing up and living in the United States, what ended up bringing you to China?
Well, I've always wanted to travel. Even when I was a small kid, I used to tell my mom that I wanted to travel around the world and I was going to write books about those places. And I was going to be an around the world author. And as I grew up, I had a lot of influences from different Asian countries in my life. Like me and my family, we would have family Friday nights, and my mom would always order Chinese food. We loved watching like kung fu movies, ninja movies. What is it? The Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon movie. One of my favorites. I fell in love with all the characters. There's one movie, I think it's called House of a Thousand Daggers. And I developed like the craziest crush on one of the male leads where like I would pin him up on my wall. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon growing up. Like that was the start of my morning. So I've always been influenced by a lot of Asian culture, starting, with pop and media. And then I started learning more about the history and, the Mongolians and the Great Wall. And I found it fascinating.
So you're pretty fascinated by China the entire time, and it's interesting, yeah, that you made it all the way to Asia because it's a long trip, halfway around the world. And I'm curious as to what was your perception on China prior to getting here?
China is very, very closed off from the rest of the world. So my perception of it was basically what I was told by the media, by the West, by propaganda. Really strict, crazy dictatorship. Everybody's a communist. I didn't know what a communist was, and I didn't understand why it was a bad thing. But I'm like, okay, it's horrible. I don't want to go
must
there.
Be bad.
Right? Socialism. We love screaming these words without actually understanding what they mean. And then on top of that, I also heard, it's racist, So my initial perception, I was like, I want to go. I love the history and I love, so many things that come out of it. But also at the same time, like those are ancient things and we're talking about modern times.
Right.
So it was those things really kept me from coming to China initially.
So you were hesitant. You were really hesitant.
Yeah, for years. I honestly only decided to give China a chance because I was looking for jobs and I finally got it in my head. I'm like, it's okay to go further. You've already gone so far. It's okay to go further. And I started looking at jobs in Japan, in Taiwan, in China, in South Korea. And I started looking at those places just because I had other friends who had also lived in those places. And those friends were also Black. So I was like, okay, these are my Black friends who I love and I trust. And if they love those places and they said that they would move back in a heartbeat, like it can't be that bad. And then I started doing more research and it was kind of a mixed bag of what I was seeing. Some people were like, yeah, everybody's racist. These people are mean. And then you had others who were like, yeah, no, I love this. This is amazing. It's a great country. So when I first came here, I was nervous because I didn't know which bag
Right.
I
You're
was
like,
going
what am I reaching into and pulling out?
Exactly.
Yep.
Because this could be a terrible experience or this could be the most amazing experience. And I'm very happy to say so far it has been a really good experience.
Do you think that it was, and this is something that I'm always curious about, and this is why I start to interview more people. Do you think that that experience is from somebody who really hasn't experienced China and they're saying negative things, or do you think it's because it's just part of China that we have not experienced ourselves yet? And
I think,
that's, no, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because one thing that I've always said is, I'm never going to discredit somebody's experience.
Yeah.
We all have different experiences. And so that person might have had a truly bad experience, for whatever reason they did. So I have to, take that into consideration. But I also can't let that stop me from doing what I really want to do. Because, like, if I did listen to everybody who was negative about China, I would have missed out on a great opportunity. And I would be kicking myself right now.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And I've had some negative, like, I wouldn't even call them negative experiences, but I'd had some different experiences here. Like, people will stare at you here. Like, you look totally different than anything they've ever seen. So it's like, how do they, especially kids, right? Kids are
Oh my God.
they're like the number one.
The kids don't just stare, they point.
Right.
They're like, ah.
Why go around? And that's what I get all the time. And I've tend to embrace it just because I'm a very like outgoing person, and I run up on the kid then and I say, yeah, I'm from America. And I start talking right back to him in Chinese and I engage with them. But if you're not used to that, like in America, is anyone ever going to point at you as a, 10-year-old or older and then say foreigner when they see someone? Like, no. So it is a different, I mean, I don't know. I don't consider that to be a totally negative experience because I kind of expect, like, I know that, like I would tell people, hey, this is what's going to happen. It's like people are going to see you as a foreigner. They're going to be excited to see you and they're going to point at you and say, hey, look, a foreigner.
And I think that's kind of the thing too, though. It's like, it's not a staring like, ew.
Right.
It's oftentimes the stares that I get are like, what the,
Yeah.
how did you, what?
Yeah.
You're here. Who? Like, it's just it's pure confusion.
Yeah.
And like, I do love when I see like the kids, they point, I just point back and like, look at you. Hi. Yeah. So I kind of like tease them because also too, kids don't always know.
Yeah.
But also my favorite thing too is like I get the little old ladies who like kind of give me the stare down and I'll go, ni hao. And the biggest smile. They get so happy when you just say ni hao. And I'm like, I'm not even saying it right. And shishia, bye.
All that is hello. Yeah. And they're in love because it's like you embraced their culture for 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lady that I have to pass whenever I'm going home. She works in one of the convenience stores. I went in once when she was there and she literally turned on her phone to take a video. She like called her family and she was like, look who's here. And she did it as if like we've been best friends forever and like I hadn't been here in a while. She's like, look, this is my friend. I'm like, hi. Family. Nice to see you. And now every time I walk past, if we make eye contact, she's like, And she's super excited to see me. And I'm like, oh my God, I think I got a Chinese auntie.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
And it's much more like, I would call it, it's more towards celebrity status than it is on people looking down on you or people looking at you like in a negative light.
Yeah.
From what I've experienced, I don't know about you, but that's why I wouldn't name it so necessarily. Yeah, I want to hear more about your experience.
It's more, I will say it's more of the confused status
Yeah.
than it is celebrity status, but people are also pretty nice once I, try and speak Chinese to them. Like last weekend, I had a picnic with some friends and I just started walking up to some of the kids and I was like, do you want to paint an egg? And the kids were like, why would I do? It's fun. And so they would paint the eggs. And then next thing I know, I've got a bunch of kids. We're having an Easter egg hunt. So it's like once you kind of get past the you're here, how, the confusion stage.
Right.
And then it becomes like more cordial and friendly. And it's nice. Because like I've lived in other places where I've been stared at and you can tell like they don't want you there.
They don't want you there.
Yeah.
We've all had that feeling. And in any country where people don't want you there. And that's a bad feeling in your gut.
But I've also just been the type of person I don't like being stared at. I knew I was going to get stared at before I came
China's
here.
Tough, yeah.
So I keep telling myself, it's like I spend most of my time kind of just ignoring it. But like even I remember when I was in middle school or high school and I'm standing in the lunch line and I just turn to one of my friends and she's just staring at me. So I turn away and the other friend is just staring at me. They have encircled me and they're all just staring at me because they know how much I hate it. And I freaked out. And I jumped out of the lunch line and then I had to go to the end of the lunch line and I hated all my friends for like a week after that.
See, I'm a very observant person, so I wouldn't call it like I was trained at a young age, right, by my mom. Shout out to mom. Do not point at people. Do not stare at people. This is not polite. So and again, from just professionalism, right, you always show an open hand when you're pointing at something, right? You open your hand and you direct towards that direction. You would never at a person, right? Even at a coffee shop, right? You would open hand and then show where that coffee shop is. You wouldn't throw a finger in that direction. So here it's like the exact opposite of, you're going to get pointed at. You're going to get stared at. You're going to get all of that. So I'm very interested, to like walk someone through that. You walk into China and you get those overt stares. What did it make you feel like?
It is uncomfortable initially. Like, 'cause once you realize that they're just staring out of curiosity, you feel less uncomfortable. But me as a person, it's like, because I don't like being stared at, I'm never going to be comfortable with it. But it's not that bad. You're just a foreigner. And they're like, we don't see a lot of you.
Right. And it's different in different cities. Like when there's a lot of foreigners, of course, you get a lot less stares. So I would love to see a day where there's a lot more foreigners that have experienced China. And that would also cut down on the cultural difference and then the misunderstanding. And then you wouldn't have as much pointing or, whoa, shocked,
Well, I also do, like, to make myself feel more comfortable, I just sing in public. So I'm like, okay, if you're going to stare, I'm going to give you something to stare at.
There you go.
La-di-da-di-da.
There you go.
So I'm like, okay, if I make a show of myself, then there's a reason for them to stare and it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And that's awesome. I love that you were scared of that part of it. You knew coming in that was going to happen and you still made it. And you were like, yeah, I deal with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I said, I've been stared at in worse places. So I'm okay with it.
So what was the moving process like to China? Like what was all of that? Like I'm assuming you got your job offer when you were outside of China or once you were here? How did that all work?
Yeah, I was in Morocco before I came here. Okay. I lived there for almost 2 years working at a primary school. And not gonna lie, that process was hell.
Wow.
Oh, on so many occasions, I would just call my recruiter crying because I was like, I can't do it. It won't let. Because in Morocco, one of the things that, apparently there are just a bunch of Moroccans who came here around the same time I did. So it slowed down the system. But then on top of that, because I was a foreigner applying for a Chinese visa in Morocco, I had to do extra steps. And unfortunately, in Morocco, nothing is clear. I went to 4 or 5 different offices in one day because they were like, oh yeah, you need to go here. No, not here. You need to go here. No, not here. You need to go here. And I'm just like, I swear to God.
Sounds like the DMV and the title companies in the United States.
10 times
You got the
worse.
wrong documents. You're at the wrong office. Go to this one. Go to that one.
Oh no, but at least you got to stay in the same city.
Right. Same area.
I had to go from the south of Morocco to Rabat, which is in the north. I had to take an 11-hour bus ride like 2 different times.
What?
Oh yeah, because the only other way you can do it is you can fly a plane, but that's gonna cost you way more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you had to go to the capital because that's where they deal with all of the foreigners' paperwork. So yeah, it wasn't fun.
So as a foreigner in that country, applying as a foreigner to this country was hectic.
Yeah, I would never recommend it. But also at the same time too, the recruiter that I had working here in China, she was fantastic. Every time I had a question, she was like, I don't know the answer, but let me go find out. And then like an hour later, she's like, okay, I found this, and that. I'm like, oh my God, I love you.
And she spoke clear English.
Yeah, her English is great.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I will say most of the people that work for our company, they're all foreigners. So all of the Chinese recruiters that are there, they all speak English.
Okay.
And they're awesome. I love them.
So you'd recommend that process. Get a Chinese recruiter. Get in touch with them. Don't be in Morocco trying to get your visa.
No.
Okay.
No. Try and do it from your own country.
Try to do it from
Well,
America.
also the problem too with Morocco, and one of the reasons why I left from there is because it took so long for me to get a residency visa. I had to, every 3 months, leave the country to restart my tourist visa while I was waiting for a residency visa. And then, of course, the second I get a job in China,
here's your
they're like,
residency visa.
Exactly.
Here you go.
And I was like, nope, I'm done.
You're like, too late.
Nope.
And
And then
then
I'll,
guys a chance.
yeah.
Yeah. And then with China, I think, and
Excuse me.
this is something a lot of people, just so they all know, is like, and this is my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, as long as you have your work visa active, you're good
Yeah.
to be here. Basically, as long as you have a job, your work visa, they're basically tied together.
That is what I was informed
Hand
of.
in hand.
Yeah. Let's say it's like, so I do work for a middle school, and I think I got really lucky with this one. It's a great school, very supportive. Love the teachers. Like some of them are some of my best friends now. But let's say if I didn't like that school, then the recruiting company, they would just find me another place,
Okay.
which I think is very nice. So it's like I have a contract with them, not with the school, but I work for the school.
Oh, that's even better. So
Yeah.
you kind of, I'm sure you take a little bit of salary for that flexibility. Like we paid a little bit more for our nanny to have that same flexibility at home, where we can switch a new nanny if it's not the right fit for our child and for our household, and it's probably way worth it, because then you're like, okay, if I land in China and I have a bad situation right off the bat, I can then know that I'm switch out to the next one.
Once I got here, like with everything that happened in Morocco, I don't know, leaving Morocco was just so hard. Like I still have PTSD. It's horrible. But the second I got into China, everything was just easy. Like I went through security, I picked up all my stuff. Somebody was there waiting for me. She got us into a taxi. She took us to my first hotel. The next day, somebody came with me to help me with my Alipay, to help me with, what else is there?
WeChat.
Yeah, the WeChat. They helped me with all of that. Took me out to lunch. I was like, oh my God, free food. Yes, you have
Yeah.
my heart. And then we went apartment hunting. I had an apartment in like 3 days. Love my apartment. It's right next to a beautiful lake that I can go walk around. That's what I did my first like 3 weeks here, was just walk around the lake, drink coffee. Everything was just smooth.
Yeah, that's I think I get a lot of questions about people looking for housing here, and my recommendation is always just get here first. Book a hotel if you have to for the first week or two, and then go house hunting with an agent on the ground, so that way you can see the properties and see what you're getting yourself into.
And the hotels are so inexpensive here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
When I went to Chongqing, I was like, you've been staying at a hostel for the past like 3 days, which mind you, my hostel was very nice. I liked it. I'm not big on staying in my room when I'm traveling. I walk around everywhere. I'm gone from like sun up to sundown. I may come back to take a nap and then I'm gone again. And on my last day, I was like, I'm going to treat myself to a really nice fancy room. And I booked this like Japanese style room with an amazing view over the river. And it was only like $30.
This is literally what Olivia, the last guest, was. She just Chongqing, and she literally quoted $30. So we're not lying, guys.
No.
Like if you're watching this, we are not lying.
Shanghai is the same. There,
Yeah.
it's like it seems like one of those cities where everything is going to be extremely expensive. And mind you, I've been told, Shanghai is one of the more expensive cities.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, by expensive, you're talking like a few extra dollars here or there. It's not that bad.
Right. And the one thing I will like put the asterisk on is like we're travelers. So like the three people that yourself, myself, Olivia, we've all traveled quite a bit. My parents, when they come here, I put them up in the most American style hotel I can. If it's $100 a night, it's $100 a night. But for them, it's like they don't speak any Chinese. It's their first trip to China. So there is that first trip versus that well-traveled person. And I think if you want to come as a tourist, as a pure tourist, and you're trying to get the easiest, bougiest time out of your 2 weeks,
Yeah.
then go for $100 US hotel, and that's like your socks will just be knocked off, right? It's like American food every day at the breakfast. But what we're talking is like,
But I will also say too, though, because everything is so app friendly.
yeah,
Like I use Trip.com, and one of the things I love about that app is that it will tell you English friendly, or oh, it's all
I
automatic.
love it. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like, okay, if I can't speak Chinese, I'm gonna find the English friendly place. Or if I don't want to deal with people, I'm gonna find a place where it's just robots. And that's an option, which I was not expecting when I came here. It was like, and everybody uses the apps. Everybody is on their phones. Everybody uses technology. So even not being able to speak Chinese, it's not that big of a problem. Because if you can't, then, oh, here's my translator.
here's my
Can
translator
you read
app.
it?
Yep, yep.
And then they are also going to use their translator. It's just going to go back and forth, and everything just gets done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so true. Yeah, next time my parents are here, you just inspired me. I'm gonna put them in a $30 hotel. I mean, it's extremely nice too.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, for what you get, the price for what you get here is an incredible value, and I hope it's always that way.
I hope so too. It's just so convenient. Everything is so convenient. It's like from where I live, I've got a metro station that's like 7 minutes away. I'm in between two malls that have grocery stores inside of them. Also, just floor after floor after floor of food. Why is there so many food? I find that extremely overwhelming. I
It
will go
is.
into the mall and I'm like, what do you want to eat? I don't know.
Yeah, there's like as many as there is in, I don't know, 30-minute drive of my house in America. There's that many restaurants in the one
In
mall.
one mall.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I mean, they're different too. Like the vibe is, you walk into one, it's totally dressed up one way. You walk in the other, it's totally different vibe.
Every time I go in, I'm just like, what if I choose the wrong restaurant? What if I pick this one and actually that one is better? And I just leave. I leave hungry because I'm like, I can't deal with this. This is too much.
Sound like me and my wife. It's the same deal. Every night it's like, you go out, you can go out because it's the same price as eating at
Yeah.
home. So then you're like, if I go buy food and make it at home, it's the same price as going out. And then you go out and you're like, what do we eat? And there's a zillion options. So
That is also interesting too. Yeah. It's not like I'm not saving any money by not eating out.
Yeah.
It is basically the same thing.
but in the US it's completely opposite. I mean, you'll blow through, I mean, I don't know what our food budget was when we were back in the US, but for just the two of us, we were blowing through thousands of dollars.
I still remember when we had the, I don't know if you saw this on the internet, there was the egg trend. Like the how much is your,
Yeah.
So it's like Americans are like, I'm paying $7 for eggs. And this is around last Easter for me when I was in Morocco, and I had like a tray of 30 eggs that I think I only paid $3 for. And I was like, I'm going to go make these for Easter. We're going to waste them.
You're going to paint them, yeah.
It's just like, I'm just going to paint them and give them to kids.
Yeah, these are not rare minerals. An egg comes from a chicken. And I
Which
think-
is ridiculous.
It's so weird that it's so different between the two as far as food pricing goes. And yeah, eggs in the case of last year when that egg crisis was going on.
When I was telling a friend, oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I was telling a friend about this as well because they were asking, why are refrigerators so big in America?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's because we stock up on everything. Because a lot of us live in food deserts. So, we'll go, we'll drive our car to the grocery store, pack up as much as we need for the month. Hopefully don't have to come back until the end of the month because, oh my God, gas.
And that grocery bill was just $300 to walk out of Kroger.
Exactly. Whereas like other places that I've lived, including in China, like I said, I'm in between two malls and both of them have a grocery store. But also on top of that, if I don't feel like going, I just order it online and somebody drops it off right in front of my apartment.
And it's the same price as if you were to shop at the
Exactly.
Yep. Crazy.
Oh, and I'm lazy all the time. I do this so much.
You and me both. We're on the same page.
Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I beat myself up. I'm like, Teaira, it's only 7 minutes. Go get it. But also sometimes I will order a lot of stuff too. Like I will fill up my fridge. But I also have like a little mini fridge.
Yeah.
But I'll fill it up.
Yep. No, the fridges here are a lot smaller, and I kind of love it because, yeah, you just go out and get fresh food all the time.
Yeah. And then if you don't want to get fresh, there's a restaurant right down the downstairs. Yeah.
Fresh, and then that's already cooked food, ready to go in your belly. Like, yeah. And then I don't know about yours, but in my house, we got those 2 shopping malls in both directions, and then we also have like some small grocery stores as well, like Chinese markets.
Yeah.
Where I can grab some, like, if I need soy sauce or something like that, really quick and easy.
Right across the street.
Yep. So it's super convenient.
So convenient.
We're living the same life in that way.
And so advanced too. Like I just love how getting onto the metro is so nice and easy. Everything's on your phone, so you just on your phone, go in, come out.
Yeah.
And it's convenient, it's clean, it's always on time. I even love that it will tell you, like in the on the number one line, it'll tell you which car is the cold air car and which one is like the regular air car. I love that so much.
Yeah, it'll show you like normally the middle cars, I guess, are more heavily air conditioned than the outside ones, and it'll show you exactly what, and then it'll show you how busy the cars are too, like how many
people are inside. Oh,
so you know if you're trying to be antisocial that day or trying to avoid some stairs,
that's
you know
always me.
Yeah. No, that's legit. That's as far as like that's why it shocked you when you said Morocco, that long bus ride to the capital. That would have been a bullet train.
Yeah,
maybe. That's too long for a subway, so that would have definitely been a bullet train here in China. And have you been on the bullet trains here pretty frequently? Yeah, like, what's your experience with that?
So oh my God. Now that I know how to ride them, fantastic. My first time going to Shanghai ended with me crying.
Oh geez, tell me about this. Yeah, tell me about this.
For some reason, I couldn't book the ticket myself, so my friend booked it for me, and I didn't realize that train stations here are kind of like airports where you got to go through security, you got to get checked, you got to get everything done. And also you need your passport. And so I had my passport, I had everything, but I didn't have the ticket because my friend bought it for me. And I just thought, oh, I'm just going to jump on my train. No, no. You need to arrive at least 30 to 45 minutes before your train leaves. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. Which is exactly what happened to me. I missed my first train. And I'm like, it's not my fault. I'm crying. I'm also like drunk. This is right after New Year's Eve. This is why I'm drunk.
This is the New Year's Eve train.
This is after New Year's Eve. And this is also after the guy that I've been talking to like ended things with me. So I'd been like in my feelings.
Yeah, not your day.
And so I missed my first train. Also, I found out the hard way. You can't drink on the train.
I did not know that.
You cannot drink on the train. I brought a little flask of whiskey.
Really?
And they made me dump it out. They gave me the flask back, but they made me dump out the whiskey. Crying even more as I'm just watching my whiskey being poured into another bottle and tossed into a trash can.
That's shocking because you can drink everywhere in China, like on the street, anywhere, but not the train.
Not the train.
And I guess not the subways probably too. I've not seen that, but
I've done it.
Interesting. Yeah, the subways, I don't think they would.
We we're not flashy about it.
Right.
We're discreet, but yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I missed my first train. Then I go to get another ticket, which this part is nice. If you make a mistake and you miss your first train, they will actually just book you another train free of charge, but you only get 2 tries. Love that. So I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. Let me go get some food. I thought that my train was going to leave like an hour later, and it didn't. And I missed my second train.
Oh, no.
Also, I can get a McGriddle at McDonald's.
Oh, no.
So I go back. Now I've got to pay for the next ticket. And I'm like, you know what? I'm getting a first class ticket because this has been a horrible day and I deserve this. So I get a first class ticket, sit down, and I could have sworn I heard them say Shanghai Nan. So I jump off the train, run as fast as I can, get into a taxi. tell the taxi driver where my hostel is. And he's like, that's like an hour away. I'm like, what do you mean it's an hour away? I'm in Shanghai, Nan. This is Shanghai. And he was like, no, this is something, something else. So I just got off my train for nothing.
So then your taxi's what, 3 times the price of the train ticket at this point?
No, he took me back in a circle, dropped me back off at the train station, still charged me like 25 yuan. I was mad about that.
Yeah, the taxis are not, I mean, the train ticket's only, what, 40, 50 yuan to go to Shanghai?
For the first class,
First class is more expensive, yeah.
it was like 118, I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
Usually they're around like 79, 89.
Okay.
Yeah. So they take me back to the train station. I tell the lady, I'm dumb. I got off at the wrong stop. She's like, oh, no problem. No problem.
Put you on the next one.
Put me on the next one. But here's the thing that I love. Because I'm the crying like Megonen, they keep finding me. Like when I was at the Hangzhou train station, after I missed the second train, the girl literally looks around and finds, she's like, your train, come now. And then the second time at this next train station, I end up going to the wrong spot, can't find it. And then I just see a woman down the hall. You, come here. Let me help. I'm like, oh my God, these people are so sweet. They are so nice to me. Basically holding my hand the whole way. Finally get to Shanghai at the station I need to go to. I went to the wrong hostel. I was in a taxi for like 45 minutes at the wrong hostel. So, now that I know how to take a train, it has been lovely ever since.
Yeah, I was about to say, I got the Chinese wife hack, so we're pretty much like 10 minutes before the train leaves. We're at well, not 10 minutes, but actually about 10 minutes. We're there. We're going through because you can use your passport as your ticket. Once you get it loaded on the app.
Yeah.
So then we can slide our passport, her ID, and then you've got your ticket logged in, and then you go straight through that. Like, it's a soft security, so it's just the subway style, put your bag through a scanner quick and walk on through. And then, yeah, but that's hilarious. You're sorry, but it is kind of funny too. At the same time, it's like, wow.
I mean, I look back at it and laugh now. I mean, it sucked at the time. The next day I woke up and I was like, we're here. Let's have fun.
Yeah. And that's good to know too, though. When you were down and out, people were trying to help you still.
Yeah. Very polite, very professional. And also extremely, extremely helpful. Even when I didn't ask, they were just like, no, we got you. Yeah. So that helped with my experience.
That's the vibe I get a lot, is like people that should have no business helping me to that level, that degree. Mm-hmm. They really go out of their way to. Like, I had a guy at the train station, I told him where I was going, and just because I was a foreigner, he wanted to make sure that I got off the right stop. So he came over to me and he said, hey man, this is your stop.
It's probably because it happens so many times. Like, it probably happens like 20 times a day. So like, oh, here comes another one. Come and take my hand. I'm going to walk you there. Yeah.
But it's cool. The system is set up for those errors. Like in the US, like how we get treated if we miss something, right? If you miss a flight, they're just like, well, you missed your flight. Nothing we can do. Call this hotline. Mm-hmm. Here it's like, hey, you missed your train. Jump on the next one.
Yeah.
Hey, you were just late. Okay, rebook your ticket once for free.
Yeah.
So like they're set up very well here from what I've seen for our mistakes. Like they're like, we know you're going to make mistakes, so here's the process for it. Whereas in the US, it's like, oh, you're out of luck. Like, oh, and they kind of look down on you when they say it. They're just like, oh, so that's what happened to you? Oh, sorry for you.
And sometimes there's that attitude that comes with it. It's like you missed your flight.
We didn't do that for you. Like, it's like, what?
My bad.
Yeah, my bad. But it has to happen every day in the U.S. too. The same with, so this is a hack I got to tell you, and not that we should be doing this. I forgot my passport at the train station. So I roll up. We were headed out for New Year. We had the baby with us, and we had taken 45 minutes to get to the train station. Forgot my passport. So I was like, all right, to my wife, you camp out at the Starbucks or the McDonald's. I'm going to go back home 45 minutes, back to the train station. She'll rebook the tickets while I'm there, right? Get us, and she can do it for free because we would have been late. So she had been able to move our train tickets back 2 hours and then go. And this is where like our two countries are night and day different. She's like, no, let me go talk to the police about this. So she walks up. I was like, hold on a second. Trying to turn me in? Like, why are we doing this? She's like, let me go up to because there's like a police station for help, right? It's what they use to reprint their ID.
Oh, yeah.
So their situation is they lose their Chinese ID or they don't have it. They actually have a whole station set up by the train station because they know people are going to show up without that thing.
Oh, wow.
to actually print them a temporary ID. So she said, let me go talk to these police, tell them that my foreigner husband forgot his passport and see what they want me to do. And the police officer told her, just tell him to go up there, tell your foreign husband to go up there and just go through security with the picture. As if he forgot his passport, and just let him know, hey, I don't have my physical passport. I forgot it
Oh, wow.
or I lost it. And then go through with the picture and see what they say.
Because they just need your passport number to match it with your ticket, that is also the most convenient thing too. Which is like,
but you know what they would have said in the U.S.
Oh,
you
can't.
have to have. Oh,
no.
What are you trying to?
Sucks for you.
Yeah, sucks for you. Like, you have to have this thing. In China, they looked at me and they said, the words that she said was, I have to tell you that this is against the rules. Basically, this is not allowed. I can't tell you this, that you can do this, but I will let you do it today.
That's nice.
I was like, that just made my holiday.
Right? But then how did you get into your hotel?
My hotel the same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same way.
Okay.
Picture when I got there, and that's a very small village, so they're very familiar.
Yeah.
But in the hotels, they're forced to take foreigners now. So like there was a time where if you went to very small rural villages, they would basically say, hey, we don't want to process your passport information, because it's a process for them.
Oh, okay.
Right? They're fumbling through all the, like,
because they have to go to the police and do
they have to register you and basically say, hey, we have this many foreigners staying here in this city. For these small towns, it was very confusing for them. But now the government said, hey, we want to be tourist friendly, so every foreigner can stay at any hotel. But for that hotel, we've stayed there before. It's in my family's hometown.
Okay.
So yeah, they knew me already, and then plus I had my picture. So that the train station was the big one.
Yeah.
And then the one thing I was worried about was getting back. And if we got there, my wife was like, she asked that question as we boarded the train. She's like, how is he going to get back? And they said, they'll let you in too. I was like, okay.
Just don't tell anyone.
I was like, okay.
It's a secret.
So
although you just told everybody.
And hey, I don't think it would be limited to me. Like, their whole goal was, if you're not trying to do anything illegal, then why would they try to make it difficult for you?
Well, also too, it's like if you were trying to do anything illegal, like, why you're trying to go about it the right way.
Yeah.
So what would be the point?
Yeah, you can walk right up to the police here and tell them what your issue is, and they'll definitely help you.
I've actually heard it was funny. Last weekend I went to Shanghai for an event, and we ended up doing karaoke, and I guess the karaoke kind of got loud because the police walked in, and I instantly just froze. I was like, oh my God, the cops are here.
Coming to shut down the house party.
Oh, I gotta run. Well, because you know the issue.
It's just a reflex. For
PTSD
Yep.
from American police are the worst. But I've actually heard that Chinese police officers are really nice and they're extremely helpful. Am I going to ask them for help? Probably not. No, probably not. But it is nice to know that that is an option.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife does that religiously, and I always get nervous, and I'm like, are you sure we're supposed to be asking the police about this? She's like, yeah, the police are your friend. You just ask them what you need.
See,
that's the thing about immigration. I didn't know about my Q2 visa. So I have a Q2 180-day stay.
Okay.
And she was like, why don't we just ask the police if it's better for you to switch to this visa type or switch to this visa type? I was like, what do you mean ask the police? Why don't we do our own research and why would they tell me the right thing? You know what I mean? You're just like, have all of these American things about you. Like, the police are not on your side. Okay. And then the police here, they literally go, not only should you keep this visa, if you come in to talk to us and tell us you cannot leave the country after 180 days, we will extend it for another 180 days. So you can stay here for 360 days if you want. Wow. I was like, huh? What kind of hack is this? So they said you can do that every time you enter the country. So for each of my stays, I can technically stay double if I go to the immigration office and say, hey, before my visa expires, I don't plan on leaving after 180 days. Can you extend this for another 180? And they'll do it.
See, and that sounds like so much easier, because even when I tried to do that in Morocco, because like I said, I had to leave every 3 months to restart my tourist visa.
Yeah.
And there was one point where I was just like, well, can I just go to the police and extend my stay? And they're like, you can, but you need to fill out all this paperwork, and you also need to show that you have enough money to stay here. We need a receipt. And I'm just like, I get paid in cash. There's no receipt. They're like, okay, well, you can't stay. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's like a lot of things where it's from my experience, again, with the police, they're just so upfront with you, and then they also tell you exactly what the process is, and they're almost doing it for you happily.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
I picture a DMV where I walk in and they're like accusing me of something and saying I don't have all the right stuff, and then sending me home. They're like, hey, can I print this for you? And hey, just go upstairs, take your picture, bring it back down here. It's just all in line. It's so fast.
Convenient and easy.
Yeah.
And
like a life
also
hack.
very safe. Yeah.
What's your experience on safety here? Like,
I've had no issues whatsoever. Um, I'm kind of in between like which country I've had the safest experience. Because like nothing bad ever happened to me in the Czech Republic. Like there were a few incidences during the pandemic that had people a little nervous and scared.
mm,
Um, but I would say right as of right now, it's kind of in between Saudi Arabia and China.
mm,
But I will say as well with China, there are definitely more freedoms.
yeah,
So yeah, but it's just nice being able to, walk around the street. Doesn't matter how late at night it is. You don't have to worry about anybody trying to rob you, steal from you. I peop
robbery's not a thing here. Like,
no.
it's not a thing.
I
It's
live
kind of
in my
crazy.
apartment building. People just let their packages sit there for days, and I'm
Yeah.
like, when are you coming to get this? It's piling up. It's starting to look like bricks on the wall. What are you doing?
Yep.
And they just sit there. But it's like, and I think everybody has this, misconception about the cameras. And like, it's like the whole Big Brother's watching you kind of ordeal. But I absolutely love the
Yeah,
cameras.
give me more of those. Yeah,
It
I know I
keeps
sound
everybody
crazy.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah, give me more of those.
I
I
went
don't care.
I went into one of those convenience stores where no one was inside. And I'm like standing there and I'm like, I wanna buy something. And
And the camera starts talking.
the camera started
Yeah,
talking to me. And I
it
didn't
starts explaining in Chinese, like, "Hey, just grab what you need and check out." Like,
Not even the camera. No, it was the owner of the store.
oh,
They saw me on the camera and they were like trying to speak to me in Chinese. I didn't know. So I'm just like taking my alcohol. Do, do, okay. And I just felt so weird. I felt like I was stealing, even though I definitely paid.
because in America they would be searching you as if you stole.
Exactly.
They don't care.
They would not trust anybody to be able to do something like that.
And here I'm out in the afternoons all the time, so I have the same situation where store owners are normally gone from I don't know, noon to 2, noon to 3.
Yeah.
I just walk into the store. If I need a toothbrush, scan it,
And
check
walk right out.
I'm out.
It's so lovely.
I'm like, who knew life could be like this?
No stealing. I was no. I'm trying to think of like a crime.
I haven't seen anything go down in China.
Same thing. Even like I've heard about some of the taxi scams, but I've never had that issue happening. I stick to just using Didi. Never had a problem with the taxi. I fall asleep in my taxis all the time. I started doing that when I was in the Czech Republic because I didn't want people talking to me. So I would just pretend to be asleep, and then sometimes I actually do fall asleep. Here, they're just like, nope, you don't speak Chinese. I'm good. Let's just drive. And I'll fall asleep for real sometimes. And I'll wake up and they're like, like, shishia, bye. Get out, go home.
It's so funny you're a total introvert in public because, yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm like asking the taxi driver, they've been to Chongqing and is food spicy? And you're like, I'm just trying to put on my headphones and make sure they don't talk to me.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. I have an emotional, or no, what is it? Not an emotional battery. I have a energy battery
Sure.
where it's like I reserve enough energy to be in a situation. So it's like if I know I'm going out with friends, I'm like, okay, I need at least 2 days to recharge. We got this. I knew I was coming here for this, and I was like, we're gonna talk for a while. Get ready. So if
I
like,
appreciate it
of course,
because you're an amazing guest and like you're really letting people know what it's like. So
thank you. I try. Honesty is the best policy.
yeah, no, it's like it's cool to have. I genuinely do appreciate you having all this energy, and it's cool to have people on who are you're just living life. I mean, to be honest, you're just living life, and that's what I think a lot of people want to hear.
Yeah, yeah. But that's also, especially in the United States where I think they said like 75% of people don't have a passport. They're
Yeah.
never going to get the opportunity to come here. And I have a lot of friends who, with my Instagram, I put a lot of my travels on there. So they get to live vicariously through me. And I love sharing and talking about my experiences of different places and, where to go, what to do, what not to do. Did I like it? Don't ever go there again. So it's just like, I'm very honest about all of those.
Yep. And that's awesome. I mean, that's the only way to be. Yeah, that's awesome. What do you think the biggest challenge is here, and then the biggest benefit?
For me, the biggest challenge is definitely the language. I am trying to learn Chinese 100%. I suck at it. Like I'm really bad at
It's a
it.
hard language to
It
learn.
is so hard, especially because you have the accents,
The tones,
the
yeah, the accents,
tones.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I love is that anytime I'm speaking to somebody in Chinese,
Hmm.
excuse me, anytime I'm speaking to someone in Chinese, like they don't understand what I'm saying. They're like, huh? Huh? And then I'll go, da 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 da. And they're like, oh, you speak Chinese so good. You speak, and I'm like, no, I don't. You didn't understand what I just said. Which is still very nice because what it does is like it encourages me to keep trying,
Yeah.
which is something that I'm always trying to do with my students. Like I never make fun of them when they say something wrong. I'm always just like, even if and if they do say something, I'm like, that's okay. Just, keep trying. Let's try again. And that's kind of how I feel being here. It's like, I know I'm not saying it right, and I appreciate your patience. And I also appreciate your encouragement. Like you saying that I'm doing a good job just makes me want to go learn some more. Am I ever going to be able to speak Chinese? Probably not. At least not at a level where anybody can actually understand me. Like I'm going to accidentally call somebody's kid a dog when I'm trying to say that they're cute. But the other person's going to be like,
Your Chinese is great. That's how
exactly.
they're going to react.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other thing is, no. That is my biggest one.
I
That
think
is my,
I think it was great what you said, and even wrapping it all together, like the elderly person who smiled at you when you said ni hao. It's like you're not going to get language shamed here.
yeah,
And we were both talking about prior to press and record, we were talking about our personal travels and like how we've been to countries that you do get language shamed. This is not one of those countries.
yeah,
So that's a huge. It's very. I guess it's not frustrating when you show up to a country, you attempt to say their language, and then they're like super nice about it. They're like,
right,
"You speak great Chinese," and you're like, "I just said ni hao."
right.
But
And I will say though, one thing that I am struggling with, two other things that are I'm noticing are a bit of a struggle. They don't understand body language,
no,
and that is I'm trying to teach my students this. I'm like, stand up, sit down, turn. It's a lot of it's universal, and this is because I can't speak Chinese. Like body language is the best way to communicate. They don't understand body language. I remember I was in a taxi trying to tell the driver my code so that we can start. And I'm like, 4, 4. And he's like, I don't understand. 4.
Four.
1,
One,
2,
two.
3, 4,
Yeah.
sir. Eventually I just had to take the phone and type it in for him. 4, 4. And he's like, how? I was like,
yeah,
oh my God.
they take voice cues so much more seriously than they take any other cue.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's different. And like personal space is my biggest challenge.
I was just going to say the same thing.
They are on top of you.
Oh my God.
I shouldn't say they because it makes me seem like I'm like racist in a way.
No.
What's the correct term? I would say
would
that
be they.
culturally here, the spacing is not the same. So like in US, our cultural spacing, regardless of your ethnicity or regardless of your race,
We have a bubble.
we have a bubble. Here you got there's no bubble.
Somebody was telling me, I can't remember who. I was talking to a friend about this, and I was explaining to him as well as like when it comes to like the way they walk. This is the only way I can. It's like
Yeah,
they don't walk in a straight line. They walk to where their eyes are. So I get bumped into a lot as well. So it's like the lack of space and somebody told me it was like because there's so many people in China, they have to create a space in their mind where they are alone, where it's just them. Otherwise, they're never going to have privacy. They're never going to be alone. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But also, can you not bump into me like you see me?
and guys, like I just want to be clear, like we're not trying to offend anyone at all. And I'll even use my wife as an example. She bumps into me all the time. Like that's one of the things. Like we went back and forth. Like all in the U.S., we were walking through the shopping mall, and she's like running into me at a diagonal, and I'm like, "What's going on?"
I've walked side by side with friends who just they walk against me, and I'm just
Yeah, shoulder like their shoulder
Shoulder
is
to
bumping in, like a bouncy ball against your shoulder, and you're
it's
just
like
like,
I love being this close. I don't. I
Yeah.
love you, but I don't love being this close to you. I always say like you can tell a country's people by the way they drive.
yeah,
So like when I lived like America, we are aggressive drivers. We're angry drivers. We are angry people. Like it makes sense. When I lived in the Czech Republic, they are passive aggressive drivers because they are passive aggressive. Like if they'll have somebody drive up behind you and like they are on your tail.
Yep.
And then they'll pull up around you and you're staring at them and they will not look at you. They're just la di da di 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 da. They will not make eye contact. In Morocco, oh, dear Jesus. I've never felt so afraid to cross the street in my life because it's just hectic and chaotic and spontaneous. And that's kind of how they are. Moroccans are very spontaneous people. They just do things on a whim. That's how they drive. Here, I've almost been run over just because somebody has driven so close to me because they didn't want to miss a light. And I'm just like, oh, that's how it is.
It can be every man for himself here in China a lot, where it feels like you kind of just have to be head on a swivel and be paying attention. And my grandma came here and she had been to Europe with us. And I said, it's a little different here. Like, just be careful. If it's pavement, it's for cars. Like, and if it's pavers, it's for walking. And you really have to, like, on pavers, you're pretty good. Like, if you're on the sidewalk, no car is going to drive on there.
No, but the mopeds will.
The mopeds, but they'll normally avoid you. But as far as the pavers, like the bike lanes and the street, you have to be really careful out there. A lot of people moving at a high pace.
So the benefits, I will say my favorite benefits is, again, just, how convenient it is to be here. It's everything's digital. Everything's on your phone. Like I don't even know why I have this purse. Like, why? My keys are on my phone. My maps are on my phone. My phone is on my phone. Everything is on my phone. And oftentimes I will go out in like just my jacket and be like, what am I forgetting? Nothing, because everything is on your phone.
Yep.
I absolutely love that. Oh, speaking of the trains, I also just found out that you can order food on the train from an app. Yes, from your seat. And they'll, what?
Right.
It's so easy. It's so convenient. It's also just, it's super clean. I love this city.
The cleanliness gets a lot of people. And that, once you're here for a while, like, and you've been here for long enough, it's like you get used to it. You're just like, it's normal. Everything's clean. But then if you show a video of that to people back in the States or just a random audience.
Oh, they don't think it's here.
They just lose their mind. They're like, how is it so clean? And you're just, this is my everyday life. Like, everywhere I go is clean.
I now get annoyed when I see a leaf on the ground. I'm like, what is this? No, but there's also this is disgusting.
That's like, what are these trees doing today? Like,
right?
Why is there leaves on? Yeah, but it is that clean.
There's a sweet little man who every day I can hear him outside of my window sweeping the leaves off the pavement, putting them in the grass, and I'm just like, this is so nice. Because I've lived in places where I'm constantly, like, I'm now trained to look at the ground because I'm terrified of what I would step in. So I'm still doing that here. And I'm like, why? You don't need to. You're good.
Yeah, it's clean. Yeah, my videos were what was... I wasn't noticing it myself, and I was just taking random POV videos, like, camera out. And people kept asking, like, why is it so clean? Or it's so clean. They're pointing it out. And I'm just walking through it like, I've been here, like, every day. Like, nothing to see here, guys. Like, this is just normal.
This is how it's supposed to be. But that is also how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And it's wild. It's wild. So that actually covered, like, some of the things that surprise people back home. What are some of the other things that would surprise, like, people back in the States about China, where you're like, if they saw this over here, they would be really shocked?
How advanced it is. I don't think that a lot of people really understand. Like, you see a lot of videos where they say, Japan is in 2030, Japan is in 2050. And then I came here, I'm like, China is in 2050. What is going on?
It's kind of true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everything is, like, even the bullet trains, how often they go. And it's not only everything is so advanced, but everything is also so inexpensive. Like, I mean, if you want to pay money for something, you definitely could.
Sure.
But you don't need to.
Right.
Everything that you need, you can get it so easily. Everything is just an app away. And it's there.
Yeah, almost too convenient. And like everybody's seen Japan, but nobody has seen China. It seems like if you not to exaggerate, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it feels like everyone knows Japan as this advanced country, but then nobody knows what China's really like. And it's like, guys, if you just saw China, Japan's a very small, relatively compared to China, a smaller island. And then China, you don't run out of things to do or cities to see. You just keep going.
No. And then on top of that, too, it's like I just saw videos and I'm super excited about mountain climbing because you don't actually climb the mountains here. Like you take an escalator.
Or you got a cable car or something.
Right? There's an elevator that's going to take you up to the top of a mountain. I'm just like, why is this a thing? Because I hate mountain climbing. I don't like physical activity, but China just seems like the perfect place because I don't actually have to move. I saw a video where there is a conveyor belt and people are just like laying on it on their phone while they're being taken up to them. Also, can we please talk about how I can hire a man to walk me up a mountain? Yep. I can hire a man to piggyback my ass up a mountain. And he's going to be a sexy man too. Rippling abs. Yes. Or I can also get a robot and I can put a robot legs on. It is
the options
wild.
Are insane.
It is wild.
Insane.
Like I definitely can't wait to see more of China. 100%.
And that's what a lot of people have been telling me is like, and that's kind of my position too, is I'll leave when I'm done seeing China, and that'll be way past my lifetime.
I mean, yeah.
It's just so
it's
much to
so
see.
much.
So much to see.
Like even visiting when I was in Chongqing, I was so sad to leave because I still had so many things on my bucket list. But I'd also seen so much at the same time.
And these bucket lists, I don't know, did you go up the longest escalator is in Chongqing in Asia, I think?
No,
That's
I
there.
didn't do
Did you
that.
see the subway that goes into the building?
Yes,
That's
I did
cool.
see
That's
that.
there. Like there's so many things where it's just you always miss one. You got to go back to that city to go see this and this and this, and it just keeps going and going and going.
The only thing that sucks about traveling around here though is how like I keep trying to find the non-touristy season and there's no such thing.
Let's talk about that as one of the downsides.
Oh, it is.
If you travel on a holiday,
oh my God,
you're going to see the back of people's heads.
I feel so bad. I got frustrated on a trip to Suzhou. And it was during the holiday and there were just so many people that they wouldn't like once you exited an area, they wouldn't let you back in. And then to try and get back in, it looked like there was 1 million people. And I'm like, you know what?
There probably was 1 million people.
It's just a sea that keeps on going.
People see. People mountain, people see.
Oh, and then again, that goes with the lack of space.
Yeah.
So you're just like bumping into everybody. And I hate being touched. I hate being bumped into. I know. I keep saying all these things that I hate. And you're like, why did you move to China?
You're in China. You got no bubble. You got 1 million people. If you're traveling, I always tell people, if you're picking and choosing your dates to come to China, you better check and make sure it's not a Chinese national holiday.
Exactly.
Yeah, like we got one coming up, I think.
Yeah.
Just here at the end of the week, end of May.
Yeah, I'm excited. I get 10 days off.
Oh, you get 10 days.
10 days.
And see, that's Americans don't understand. Like, how many days off do you get at your job in total?
I've lost count, to be totally honest.
See,
because I had the month off for Chinese New Year. I'm getting 10 days off. And that was in February. I had the entire month of February off. And now I'm getting a week off at the end of May, at the end of April. I got to a point where I was just like, I need to work. I haven't worked in a month. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind.
That's where I'm like, my wife doesn't realize it. Like in the US, she gets here in China, right? She's got an IT finance role, right? Office job.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Not a teacher job, so they don't expect her summer off or anything like that. And she gets Chinese New Year. She got 6 months maternity leave paid.
Oh yeah.
That was insane. And then per year, how many days off she gets? She gets like the full holiday.
Yeah.
And their holidays here are not like one day. It's not like a Monday. It's like you get 5 days in a row. You get 7 days in a row. Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me, because we just had the tomb sweeping festival.
You just had some other thing.
Yeah. So that was 4 days off, and now we're about to get 10 days off, or I'm about to get 10 days off. I had the month off for February, and then, when I came here in October, I had 14 days off. I just gotten here.
Do you even work? I'm just kidding.
I literally, and then on top of that, Like, I stopped complaining about my job a long time ago. Here's something that would shock a lot of Americans is how long the kids are in school.
How does that work?
Oftentimes the kids will show up around 7:30 and then they don't leave until like 8 o'clock at night.
Good
And
or
then
bad?
I it's I've talked to other teachers and we all agree it's not great.
Mm.
Um,
It's too long.
way too long, way too long. And they study so much. This is why I'm like super lenient with a lot of my kids because, excuse me, because they you can just see they're constantly studying, and they're in school. I leave before they ever go home. And then when they're done with school, they go home. It's back to studying, more studying. So a lot of these kids don't go to bed until like 10 o'clock at night. And they wake up again, start it all over again the next day.
Here you can almost see the kids get it's a double-edged sword because here you can see kids get nervous. Like even you come up and you just want to have a conversation with them in English and they treat it like an exam. They like start shaking like, oh, I got to get all these English words right. Like everything to them is so high pressure.
Have you ever done the like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
Yep. I'm fine, thank you. It's
And you?
yeah, and that's the first thing they learn, and it's just And right now I'm doing the head, shoulders, knees, and toes with the toddler. So
Oh, that's adorable.
because the baby's only 8 months, so for her friend group is only 16 months at the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's head, shoulders, knees, and toes, point at body parts and stuff like that. But yeah, the slightly older kids. No, yeah. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Yeah.
And you? Everybody learns that.
But yeah, they're high pressure here. And then back in the States, the only thing I say it's a double-edged sword is like we have kids that get out of school at 2, 3 in the afternoon, but then they go steal at the grocery store, and then they go and they're just out on the streets, and it's a tough.
It's because we keep getting rid of all the extracurricular programs.
Right.
Like there's no more art programs. There's no more, like I remember growing up and after I would leave school, we would go to the park. And it was because we had like camping things that we would do there.
Yep.
We would have activities that we would do. We would run around. We would play sports. And I feel like they don't have that anymore.
Yeah, and not at least to the scale that we need it. I mean, you have a lot of kids. I mean,
Yeah.
here is your school a public school or private school?
Public school.
Public.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, I think that is the difference is from a lot of the private schools are the kids are, if they're there, they're just there to do their study hall or whatever. And kind of like private school back in the United States. Like I was always there for study hall and then basketball.
Okay.
Study hall and then my sport, whatever it was after. But for public school, I think in China, it's like a pretty much is it no option? They're just there for the whole time? Or do some of the kids leave if they've got other things to do?
I think some of them leave if they have other things to do, but it's astounding how many students I will still see.
Yeah.
Like it's dark outside and the classroom lights are lit and they're full of kids. And I will say too, it's also weird like seeing the kids running around campus at night. I'm just like, go to bed. Oh no, you have to study more. Never mind. This is your break time. I'm going to let you have fun. I don't like when it's their break time. I don't say anything to them. Like you do whatever you want to do. If you want to sleep, take your 10-minute nap. That's fine. If you want to run around, get it out of your system, have fun. I just put my headphones in because they scream so much.
Primary school kids?
Oh, no, middle school.
Middle school.
I teach middle school, yeah. So it's like, no, they're just really loud. So I just walk around with headphones in.
Yeah.
And it is really cute because like they'll see me and they'll go, hello, teacher. Hi, teacher. I'm like, hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? And I'm like, I'm good. Thank you for asking. And they're like, hee. And then they run away.
That's the end of their English for now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they'll get better at it. That's amazing. But yeah, that is shocking that kids here at public school, that's a long day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Long day. And then how many breaks are they getting and what food are they eating? Because
They-
I've talked to a lot of private school, but not a lot of public school, so it's good to have both sides.
I think they eat the same food that the teachers eat. So we
Okay.
all eat from the same company. I am the only person who seems to like the food.
Interesting.
Everybody else is like, what do you think of the food? I'm like, it's good. And they're like, we think it sucks. It was better last year. And I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't here last year.
Oh, as far as the teachers go.
Yeah,
liking the food. The
like-
students probably all love it.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
care.
they don't care.
Yeah, it's food. They're fine. When it comes to break, so we have, so there are 4 periods in the first half of the day, 4 periods in the afternoon. Excuse me. And for lunch, I know personally my lunch starts at 11 o'clock and then I don't have another class until 1:30, which that is also
Yeah.
amazing. And one of the things that I love about this is after I finish eating, I go home and take a nap because
What?
I live less than 10 minutes away from my school. So this was one of the benefits of my recruiting company helping me find my apartment because they found me an apartment where I can walk to and from school. So I'll have lunch and then go home and just take a nap and set my alarm and get back to school on
So
time.
walk on back. That's incredible. And that's the thing. Yeah. I'm
This
just, where does this happen in America?
this is why I don't complain about my job anymore. I love that sometimes I'll see people in their offices. People have like little beds underneath their
Oh, yeah, they
desks.
pull them out. Pull out the cots.
Exactly.
Yep.
Everybody's taking a nap. So it's like between 12 and 1:30, all the teachers are asleep. They're all taking a nap. It's also interesting too that they have the kids clean the school.
That I have not heard. So
Yeah.
I'm very interested in this.
Yeah. There's after lunch, I guess maybe somebody has a duty,
Okay.
and whoever's duty it is, maybe you are sweeping the floor, maybe you're mopping the floor, maybe you're taking out the trash, maybe you're wiping down the rails they clean.
This is a brilliant idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
And
Because
I bet they're a little bit less messy because they have to clean it up
to an extent.
to an extent.
To an
They
extent.
haven't caught on yet.
Yeah, it's like you guys made the mess. You're
Right.
gonna have to clean this up. I've seen a few pictures of like somebody being like, "Hey, somebody threw an orange on the ground." I'm like, close. So yeah, I thought that was very. But I used to teach at a Montessori school, and that was one of the things that we constantly taught our
Life
kids.
skills, yeah.
Yeah, cleaning
Life
up after
skills.
yourself.
Yeah.
Because also a clean environment makes it easier for you to learn in.
Sure.
Like this weekend, I was sleeping in my house and I was just like feeling very lazy, but also feeling anxious because I was like, oh my God, my apartment is disgusting. I need to clean, but I don't have the energy tomorrow. So I'm like fighting with myself, trying to make a schedule. So yeah, I totally believe in people need to learn how to clean up after themselves. They need to learn how to keep them tidy. And what's the best way to do that other than, having kids start at a young age? Oh, also they clean our office.
See, that's
Yeah. There have been multiple times where they're just like, teacher, can I get under your desk? And I'm like, oh yeah, let me just get out of your
Yeah,
way.
like-
You have,
why am I even in here? Let me
Right?
just
let me go home and
ahead
take
and
my
do what
nap.
you need to do. Yeah, that's unheard of. That's awesome. But I think it's great to teach them the life skills, and then to just be honest with you. That's really cool. First I've heard of that, and yeah, that's cool. How has living in China changed you?
I don't think that it has changed me. I think it has just allowed me to be me, which has been nice because living in, I love living in Saudi Arabia, but obviously there are a lot of restrictions there. There are things that you can and cannot do. Living in Morocco was not a pleasant experience, unfortunately. And I kind of became a hermit. Like I would never leave my apartment unless I absolutely had to. I didn't really have a lot of friends. Like I have a few that I still talk to, but I didn't really have a lot of friends. There was no comedy, so I was just bored all the time. And I started doing this thing where I would just have solo dance parties in my apartment. So like this was my routine. Go to work all week. Friday, the second school was done, take a taxi to the nearest liquor store, get me a couple of bottles for my weekend. I'm not leaving the apartment. My first Friday night, and it's just me dancing and singing in my apartment. Luckily, I have a decent singing voice, so none of my neighbors hated me because we all worked together. And yeah, that was what I did. And because there was nothing to do in Morocco as well. It's
Yeah.
like, for the most part, everybody spent their time. And when I say everybody, I mean, it was mostly just men sitting outside of coffee shops having coffee, watching a football match. That's it. So it was very, very boring. It's not the lifestyle that I wanted or, thought that it would be. And so then when I come to China, it is the total opposite. I am now making myself stay in my apartment because I'm like, girl, you got to stop going out. I actually really like my job a lot, so I enjoy going to work. I have a lot of friends. I'm so happy about all the friends that I'm making. I can finally do comedy again. And so now I just feel like the person that I should have been over the
Mm.
past few years. So, yeah, it's got me back into my groove.
Yeah, it's cool to hear, and it's also cool with the beginning of this conversation coming full circle. That I don't think I would have, hearing what you said initially, you would have never expected China to bring out the best in you when you got here,
Yeah.
and somehow it did.
Yeah. I was telling a friend of mine that I think that I'm going to stay here for a couple of years, partly because it's like I'm actually legitimately happy, and I haven't experienced that in quite some time. So, yeah, I like I said, it's like, of course, China has its downfalls, like every other
Sure.
country does, but the good definitely outweighs some of the bad. And I feel like some of the bad is just annoying. Like it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like being bumped into, okay, oh, that's annoying, but screw it, whatever.
Yeah, my wife's still amazing. She bumps into me every once in a while. She's still incredible.
Exactly. I'm like, if my best friend wants to, rub shoulders, okay, we can rub shoulders. God, we can rub shoulders. Which is also really interesting too, though, because they're not huggers.
Right. They don't want to hug,
No, I have to force them to. I'm like, I'm a hugger. Come here, bring it in.
but they'll practically hug you walking next to you in the mall.
Exactly, exactly. It's like, can I have some space?
Yeah.
Do you want to hug?
You want to hug right now?
I threaten my kids with hugs all the time. Like I'll ask them at the start of the day, it's like, how are we today? Are we good? Are we Are we bad? So now they're learning to say like, tell how they really feel.
Yeah.
And they'll go, I'm not good. I'm bad. I'm like, oh baby, you want a hug? And they're like,
Huh?
no. What is this thing called a hug? But then they love sending hug emojis.
Right. Right. You're going to get them there. I can tell you, you're someone who's going to get them all the way to the hug.
Oh, they are all going to hug me.
Yeah, they're going to be huggers by the
100%.
time it's done.
I'm going to want them to not hug me by the end of this. Like, get off me.
You're going to start a trend.
I can't breathe.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. That's awesome. Favorite food or go-to meal here in China?
That's so hard. That's super hard. I really love dumplings. Dumplings are probably my jam. They're just so easy to make. Actually, I went to a friend's house and she taught me how to make dumplings. They were really horrible. And I told her that we should start a
Shout out to
restaurant.
that friend.
No, we made them. They were our dumplings. So I told her we should start a restaurant called The Ugly Dumpling. Kind of like The Ugly
There
Duckling.
you go. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, dumplings your grandmother would hate you for. Like, that's a tagline. If you want to be a disappointment to the family, these are the dumplings for you.
And I'm just kidding to your friend. I think you know that. Then on like you were twisting them up yourself. Like
Yeah,
were making
yeah,
them
yeah.
twist them. It's quite a process. Like you got to get good with the process of making those. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, I want to see your restaurant next year.
Thank
I'll keep
you.
you honest on that.
I'll let you know.
And then let's get into the comedy scene because I think that's something that's totally unique about you. I've not heard about anyone in comedy yet in Hangzhou. I've heard some China comedy starting to pop off. We have a small comedy club kind of like what would it be? Like a live music type of atmosphere. They don't have enough yet to really be established as anything. But
Okay.
let's make them into a comedy club at the big park by me. That big
Oh.
Yaoyangong Park. It's like a Asian Games Park. It's a massive, like Central Park, basically. It's very big.
Wait, you mean the Olympic Park Center?
Not by downtown.
Okay.
It's north of. It's by my house, so it's up north a little bit. But
Excuse me.
it's called Asian Games Park or the Olympic Park.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
You know, it's got two stadiums on either side.
Yes.
One's like an umbrella, and one's like a big ping pong stadium.
Yes.
That's by my house. I'll
Okay.
walk there in like 10 minutes, and there's underneath by the Starbucks. There's like a little. It's open to like 3 a.m. It's like a bar and
I think
cool-
I know exactly what you're talking about. I think
Alright.
you're talking about
What is it?
Shares.
I'm not sure.
I
I'm not
think
sure what it's
so.
called.
Yeah, that's actually where I did my first comedy show in
Okay.
Hangzhou.
Yeah.
I was working with an event organizer. He does a lot of English corners, and talked him into co-organizing a comedy show, which was fantastic because we sold out. Like we had to tell people, no, you can't come because we don't have enough chairs. And I only performed for like 17 minutes, but it was just so nice being back on stage after not being able to perform for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Because in Morocco, there isn't really a comedy scene there. There's no comedy community. There's no comedy clubs, not even in their native language, which is Darija, or in French. And the only way that I was able to do comedy was when I would travel those 3 months. So every 3 months I would leave, which I mean, I can't really complain because I'm like, oh, darn, I have to leave. I'm going to Spain. Oh, no, I have to leave. I'm going to Portugal. Shucks.
Right.
So it was great. And actually, those are some of the places that I got to perform. I performed in Portugal, Spain, performed in Turkey, Romania. I did do a show in Morocco, but it wasn't great. And so after that, I was like, there's no way I'm not doing comedy in the next place that I live in. So when I came here, I just started looking around, asking around, and there isn't a comedy scene in Hangzhou.
You're going to put one here. Let's go.
Let's
go.
my goal. That's my goal. Because the thing is, it's like I don't. We're always worried like maybe there's not a demand.
There's demand.
But I think there is a demand. And I just think that people don't know that they want this demand. And like, look, I'm here to supply. Like, take it. And so now I am working with Wade from Wade's Bar and Grill. And every other Thursday, we do open mics. So it's a free English comedy open mic. So anybody is welcome to come. I always say, if you're a comedian, if you think you're funny, or if you just like to laugh, come and hang out. It's going to be a good time. And it's been a little bit like pulling teeth to get people to sign up. But we've done 3 open mics so far. And with each open mic, we've had a few people from the audience just be like, hey, can I try? And I'm like, yes, get on the stage.
That's awesome.
And it is. It's so great. Like that's
how it starts.
Like outside of making people laugh, which is what I love to do, I also really love that people are taking a risk and going on stage and trying something new. Comedy is not easy. Going on stage is not easy. And the fact that they also just let's go.
Yep. You're
like,
pumping them up.
I will be your biggest cheerleader. And also I tell the audience as well, I was like, we do not laugh. No, I'm sorry. We do not laugh. We do not boo. We only laugh.
Right.
We show love. I make people pretend to fake laugh. So we practice that before the show starts just so we, get ready. So no, it's been going very well so far. Also super excited about the next performance because we actually have had a good number of people sign up for this one, which is a first, which just means it's getting better and better.
And it's only going to get better.
Exactly. And then eventually we'll start doing shows. And I need to do shows because I have so many ideas in my brain that it's about to pop. Like it will explode soon if I don't start doing some of these shows.
Will a lot of this be some China content, of course?
I don't do any of mine in Chinese because
No, not in Chinese,
sorry.
but rather than just, and sorry not to cut you off, but I'm just excited to hear your like China stories.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like some of it'll be like just daily stuff that went down.
That's all of my comedy is. It's about my life and the things that I'm dealing with and going through.
I'll be there.
Oftentimes, it's just me making fun of a really bad situation that I was in, like me trying to travel to Shanghai. I'm going to turn that into a joke. Me trying to date in China is, it's coming up.
I'll be there for that.
It's coming up. I'm getting material ready for it.
I'll be there for that material.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of so my style of comedy is I'm a storytelling comedian. And so I would say my first time actually doing stand-up comedy was not supposed to happen. I was in the Czech Republic and I was at a Black Lives Matters protest and we were standing in front of the U.S. Embassy. So, you have the tragedy of George Floyd and we are protesting against police brutality. Everybody's come together. But one thing that I noticed is that none of the organizers were Black. And so none of them, Like, I know that when it happened with George Floyd, I needed other black people to talk to because only I felt like only we could understand this experience. And mind you, I had some of my white friends who were great allies who were just like, and they said it perfectly to me. They were like, hey, we're not going to tell you how to feel. We're not going to tell you how we feel. What do you need from us? And that was the most perfect way to deal with that situation. So don't get me wrong, like the people who organized, so appreciative. It was so beautiful. It was so nice. But then there's a point where they were like, does anybody want to share their experience? Anyone want to talk? And I'm looking around as like one of the only black girls. I'm like, yeah, I got to represent. Give me the microphone. So I go up and I'm actually trying to be like serious and like have this conversation.
But it's sad at the same time, but it's sad. And then you have to make it funny.
It is sad. But I was never trying to make it funny. I was actually trying to tell everybody a story that made me feel kind of, relate to George Floyd. And it was that one drunk night, I went to Taco Bell and Taco Bell gave me back a $10, like a counterfeit $10 bill as change. So now I'm just like on the microphone ranting about how Taco Bell owes me money and I will never go back there again. So it starts off as like police brutality, George Floyd, and turns into let's boycott Taco Bell. And everybody just started laughing. And I was like, awesome. That's not how that story was supposed to go, but I'm really happy that I can bring joy to this serious moment.
The serious and sadness of that moment. Yeah. And around that same time, when the George Floyd, when his death happened, I was getting messages from Chinese people, and my wife, one of those, her friends, they thought it was fake.
Oh.
They legitimately thought that didn't happen in the U.S. They said that there's no way this could have happened, that a police officer, basically just strangled this guy on the street.
Yeah.
And they were trying to verify through us, right? They're just trying to say, did this actually occur? Like, is what we're seeing actually did that happen? Because they thought it was actually the government of China giving them false information, trying to make it seem as though the U.S. was worse than what it was. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and that's some of her, I would call them very educated friends. They were dead serious. They were just like, is this actually real? So, yeah, that was a strange time in history.
I think that was... because it's just every country that I've been to so far, I can honestly say I've never had an issue with the police. Like, as we were saying before, it's like your wife just tells you to go and ask the police, and we're like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, no. Reflexes.
Yeah,
don't
so
do that.
other countries, they just don't experience that. Like, the police are there to do a job, and they do their job, and they don't abuse that job like they do in America. So it's very interesting. Which is also funny because I actually have a joke about how I have a cop fetish.
I'm going to have to come see some of this comedy. I really am just going to have to come see some of this comedy.
I know what I love is every time I like tell a joke or I tell a story, people laugh and then they'll come to me afterwards like, man, that'd be so funny if that was true. And I'm like, oh, well, then you should really start laughing because it is.
I'll be at one of them. You guys will see it on my page. So... One thing that you miss and one thing you don't miss from back in America. And how long has it been since you traveled back to the USA?
Oh God, it's been a while. One thing I definitely don't miss is being poor. Oh my God. Like, America gets this reputation for being the richest country, blah, blah, blah. It's not. You have such a divide between the rich and the poor. Excuse me, with very little, very few middle-class people. Like with my last employment in the United States, I mean, also, mind you, they weren't the best jobs ever, but I had 3 jobs. I was working as a bartender and 2 different tour guide jobs. I loved my tour guide jobs. Like, I was a historic tour guide, so I was taking people around the city, driving them in this little car. This is also where I found out I was funny. And it was just still never enough. Like, to even have, like, I was working jobs that I actually liked, and it was still never enough. And that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I hate that you even had to say it like those jobs are less than other jobs. Meaning, like, you were like, and my jobs weren't it's like those jobs are legitimate jobs, right? And it's like here in China, if you worked those legitimate jobs, you'd be making legitimate money to live legitimately. And then in the US, like for me and my wife's situation, and not to say your situation is worse or better, we were working 2 salary jobs. We were still struggling, just like in your exact, we got 2 incomes.
Yeah.
We got 1 house. We're both making good salaries. And it ain't any
It's
better.
never
And you feel
enough.
the exact same way. You're introducing your job as if it's something that's beneath everyone else. Like, oh, sorry, I'm in this position, and I'm not in this position yet, and and then it's like, oh, I think when you said like, there's no true middle class people anymore, there really are not.
No. And it's just everybody's in debt.
You're either in debt, you're paycheck to paycheck, or you're just you're struggling to get along. It's just not as
Trying to figure, and then also at the same time too, it's like you're scrounging and you're trying to not just survive, like you're trying to enjoy something about life. Like
Right.
I worked this hard. Let me enjoy something. And oftentimes the only thing you can actually enjoy is going to the bar.
the bar in your house. That's what we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. But I lived in a city too where it was just like I felt like I was just becoming a barfly. And I didn't like that part of myself just because it was like, you have so much going for it. You've done so much. Go travel. Get out of here. Go do something. And it's actually interesting because now I found a job that I actually did not think I was going to be a teacher this long. And turns out it is now my career. I actually really love it. And living in China, I am not living paycheck to paycheck.
Right. It's totally different.
Like there was one point during the winter break where I was purposely just spending money to see how much I
Getting
could
rid of
spend.
it. You're
Yeah.
like, let's go.
And then I got mad at myself. I was like, no, that's your flight money to go home. It's like, dang it. So
The
no.
flights can get expensive, especially right now.
Yeah. Things that I do miss, definitely family. I definitely miss family. I realized the last time that I went back to Florida, which was, I want to say, this was right around the time when things were opening. Like this was
After COVID. So
after
like
COVID.
2024-ish probably. 2023, 2024.
I think 2023. I
Okay.
think so. That was the last time because before that I couldn't go home because of the pandemic and then also the visa process and living in Europe is also still pretty expensive. So I got to go home for Mother's Day.
That's
I
awesome.
surprised my mom and my grandma.
You didn't tell her at all you were coming?
No.
Oh, geez.
No, the only people who knew I was coming was
Could have
my
gave her a heart
da-
attack.
She literally just walks outside. She's like, I'm hallucinating. That's not my baby.
Yeah, you could have given her a heart attack.
I know. But that would have made a great story.
I mean, goodness, I know your mom probably loves you, and that's for them. That's the thing I miss too. Is like family and parents and brothers, sisters.
Yeah.
Family time is really the only thing I miss back in the United States. To be honest,
You miss a lot of like not just missing the people, but you miss a lot of the events that happen too.
Yep.
Like I miss the birth of my nieces. My brother has 5 kids. Two of which are twin daughters, and the other one is like his little mini bean. So I miss those births. I miss the births of my sister's boy, and she's actually about to give birth again, which I'm probably gonna miss that one as well. Christmases, family vacations, family holidays. You don't get to do those.
Yeah.
And then also on top of that, depending on where you live and the time frame that you live in, like you can't always just call people.
Yeah, the time zone is a morning and night is the only time.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially here. Yeah.
Like right now, they're just waking up.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah,
Please don't.
like 10 more minutes of this conversation, and you're gonna pass out on me. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding.
No, and I honestly, I've had to tell my mom so many times, like, Mom, I love you, but it is 11 o'clock at night.
Yep.
If you ever call me this late again, we will have some issues. So no, and I have to put my phone on silence because she will forget,
Yeah.
which love her to death.
You change your voicemail to "Mom, I'm fine. It's just a time zone difference in China." Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call you when I wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, those are the things that I miss. Because, yeah, I realized when the last time that I went to Florida, it didn't really feel like home anymore. It just felt like a place that I was visiting. And that kind of told me that this isn't home for you anymore. You're now just coming here just for your family. That's literally it.
Yeah, more or less. That's yeah. And it's just crazy, like thinking about it that way versus at least my perception of China originally, your perception of China originally, like knowing what we know now versus what we knew 10 years ago or whatever. It's kind of crazy to call
This place home.
call this place home, or
Yeah.
even make it feel like home, but it does. It feels like home a lot of days for me. And it's so convenient, so nice, and it's just like, the happiest I've ever been in so many different ways.
And I'm so glad that like I'm happy to be here because I'm so tired of moving.
Moving is draining.
Oh my God. I had to move 6 different times in 3 years. From the Czech Republic to Turkey, back to the Czech Republic, from the Czech Republic to Saudi Arabia, from Saudi Arabia to Morocco back to Saudi Arabia back to Morocco.
These are not short trips.
No. And I lost so much. Like this is also one thing that I will say that traveling has taught me is that everything is replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have had an entire suitcase of my clothes stolen to a point where the only thing I had left was the dress and my bra, like raw dogging it because it was laundry day and I didn't have any clean underwear.
You're like, whatever it takes.
Right?
Yep.
No clothes. I left half of my clothes in Turkey, couldn't go back for those. When I was moving here, I had to give away a lot of my stuff just so I can have, a suitcase that was within measurement. And a friend of mine, as I'm giving them my stuff to her, she's like, won't you need this in China? I'm like, hey, I'm going to China. Everything is made in China.
I'll be all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Yeah. Meaning, like, it's just crazy to think about. Like, in America, we have these giant houses. We put everything in them, and we have all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, what I've learned from being in China as well is we have this much smaller house. It's like a third of the house of our house in America.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we live perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You don't need all this stuff.
Yeah. Well, also for me, too, it's easier if I have, like, a 1-bedroom apartment because then I know there are no serial killers in my house. So
Right.
it's a protection
If you're at
thing.
all paranoid at all, like it's just easier to go home, know where all your stuff is. It's not like you have these. Who was it that I think it was like Shaq or maybe Kevin Hart that did the joke that they were like, I have a house, and he's like, there's rooms, there's hallways. I look down there, I don't even want to go down there.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, who wants that kind of house?
Also, where's the killer?
Yeah.
Always upstairs.
Exactly.
No, I'm good. I
I'm
don't
good
need
on
an
that.
upstairs.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm not cleaning 15 bathrooms.
Oh my
That's
God,
just never
no.
a part of my life.
But you also wouldn't even need to clean 15 bathrooms because you're not going to use the 15 bathrooms. You're going to have your one favorite bathroom that you destroy every time you go into, and that's going to be the one you clean. That's it.
Telling it like it is. Yeah. Telling it like it is.
I do want a slightly bigger apartment, though. I did get one of those apartments that didn't have it, like it has a half kitchen.
Okay.
So, and I really do enjoy cooking. Found out you can cook dumplings in a kettle.
Oh, I did not know this.
I have frozen dumplings. That's why I know this.
So like a hot water kettle.
Yeah.
How do you break this down? So you throw the dumplings in,
Fill it up with water, let it go.
let her rip.
It'll boil, and then you can eat them.
As soon as it's boiling, do you take it off or do you leave it boil for a while? How does that?
Sometimes I'll let them sit for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, it's very easy.
And then you just kind of pop the top, pour them out.
Yeah, because
Strain 'em.
when I first moved here, because I don't have a stove, I don't have a oven. Like, this is the thing that I don't like about some of the small apartments. It's like those hotel turned into apartments.
Yeah.
So I don't have those things. And for my first couple of weeks here, I was like, I don't know how to cook. I don't know where to get like pottery from. I'm also poor because I just moved here and I spent all my money to move. I don't know what to do. So yeah, I just learned to cook out of my kettle. A lot of ramen noodles. I was on a broke girl diet for like the first month that I was here.
That's awesome though. I mean, you learned all these hacks.
Yeah.
And now
Well, it's also too, because it's like with Alipay, I will say one hack that I wish I knew before I came here was to bring cash and put it into your Alipay, because I struggled moving money from my American account to my Chinese account or to my Alipay account. Because at the time I was still working on getting a bank account. We hadn't set one of those up yet. But even with that too, transferring money from the US to China is such a pain in the butt. So that was one thing that I wish that I knew about beforehand. or getting Alipay before you come here and seeing if you can transfer everything over. But yeah, outside of that, that was the biggest struggle that I had when I got here. That was the worst.
That's interesting. Yeah, but I'm glad. Yeah, you learned all the hacks, and yeah, a lot of people are going to see this and yeah, follow your lead on terms of bring cash, then get it set up on Alipay, cook out of your kettle if you need to for a month. Then you'll be right in that rich vibe. Now you're paid monthly, right? Everybody here is paid monthly.
Yeah.
Which I mean, everybody in America is paycheck to paycheck essentially. So like we're getting paid weekly at this point in a lot of cases.
But it's so nice though, because it's like you get paid that one time, you take care of all the bills you need to take care of, and then the rest of your money is your money.
Well, I asked my wife like 7 different ways. I was like, why is everyone here getting paid monthly? And she's like, when you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you always get paid monthly.
Yeah.
She's like, why would you not?
Every country I've lived in, I get paid monthly. America's the only one where I got paid bi-monthly.
But now you're getting, and from what I'm hearing back in America, you have people who are getting paid weekly and then advancing that check. It's like you can advance it through these payment services that, take 1 or 2% of your check to give it to you 2 days early or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're getting paid even faster, but it's a constant behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it from like a position of like, we're in China, so we don't have these problems, but guys, it's crazy difference.
But the thing is, it's not just a we're in China thing. We don't have this problem. It's a lot of places around the world don't have that problem.
That's true.
Because like I said, when I lived in the Czech Republic, I got paid monthly. Everything was taken care of at the beginning of the month. I was good.
Yeah, you had enough spending money to get you through the month, and then it was like next check comes 30 days later, and you're fine.
And even with the Czech Republic being, and mind you, the Czech Republic was not one of the more expensive European countries either. It is
middle of the road.
Yeah. Like you can get by very well with like $2,000 a month. Actually, I think you can even do less than that.
Okay.
It's still nice. Yeah. And that's the crazy part. Like even here, like last month, I got half pay for the holiday. So I was for the winter break. I got half of my pay, and I was like, okay, I got to be careful. I'm not gonna make as much as I did last time, and I literally was still able to put money aside for savings. Barely touched that, and I think I survived on like 4,000 yuan.
Like no problem.
No problem. Yeah. And most of my spending was me going out, me eating out. Because there's nothing else to, like, I'm not saying there's nothing else to do, because that's not true. Because it's like,
but you're happy. It's like you don't need $1 bazillion to be happy here.
No.
It's not like you're always chasing the next giant money expenditure like in the U.S.
No, I did everything I wanted to do. I went out for karaoke with some friends. I went to Shanghai for a weekend. I did a little bit of shopping, like I needed some springy clothes. And I was very happy with, surviving off of, and surviving is a terrible word to say, but I say it because it's like I'm used to having more.
Right, you have more than that if you need it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I purposely made myself be like, okay, don't touch this money. This is your money. And I was still able to save.
You're going to laugh because my wife puts me on a budget of less than 4,000.
Oh, you poor baby.
I know. I'm like now I feel like I'm the poor husband, and I need to have more of a spending budget in this family. No, I'm just kidding.
I just think it's funny that your wife puts you on a budget, and I'm like, how reckless were you before?
No, it's not even that. It's just like for my Alipay, I have the Chinese bank account, but I never really I never kept up on it.
Yeah.
So it's much easier for her to just send money directly over and us to share that one larger account.
Okay.
So she sends me that Alipay transfer weekly, but I asked for that amount. So I actually asked for, and it's even less than that. Really, it's 666. So
you asked for the devil's number.
In China, it's the lucky number.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
And that's the funny thing. So like, this is great for the podcast. It's like in China, 666 is like lucky.
Yeah,
lucky.
Leo.
Yeah. And in the U.S., it's like the devil's number. So here I am caught between this. I guess I need to raise my budget now for multiple reasons. But yeah, that's all I spend every week is essentially, and sometimes, I mean, I'll transfer over more money to myself, but that's generally for just me. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's so easy to live here.
Yeah.
And I've heard of other people living on, for 4,000. Yeah. Which conversion, how much is 4,000 yuan? Isn't that only like $500?
$500.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what I'm basically living on every week is like less than $100.
Yeah.
I don't even need $100 and I'm good for a week.
Like, and I'm still buying good
Yeah,
groceries.
and I'm happy.
Right?
It's not like I'm asking for more. Like, I'm just good.
And
I
sometimes
got plenty more than that.
you know what I love is sometimes I'll like have a night out and then I'll go and look at my account and be like, oh my God, I spent so much last night. I spent so much. And I'm terrified to look at my account. Excuse me. And then I open it and I'm like,
Oh, you're like, let me go back there tonight.
Right?
Yeah, you're like, run it back.
I wasn't going to go out tonight, but let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is insane. And when this is what I was telling a friend of mine, I was also telling my mom, was like, it's just nice to be able to be comfortable. Like it does suck that I still have a little bit of like PTSD from like living in America. And that's the only way I can describe it, is because there are a lot of things that I won't do in China because of my experience in America.
Yeah.
Like I just had to, for my cough, because my allergies have been getting worse, and I'm in like pushing off going to a doctor because I hate going to the doctor. Dude, like not just that, it is so expensive, but also there's a history.
Mm-hmm.
And finally I'm telling one of my coworkers and friend, I was like, yeah, I need to go to the hospital. And she's like, have you ever been? I was like, no, that's why I've been putting it off. And she's like, I'll go with you.
It's like it's like a buddy thing. Like, let's go hang out.
She's like, I can move my class around. We can go together. We'll go before your class starts. She's again on the app because everything is on an app. She helps me order my appointment. The first one, they were full. They were like, we can't see you until Tuesday. And I'm like, I might be dead by then. Please see me. So she finds me another one and we're going to go tomorrow morning.
And I want to hear your experience when you break it down.
I know.
Because it's going to shock you. So the appointment, like today is Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So like the earliest for that hospital was Tuesday, which is pretty rare that they're out that far. So then you just found a hospital that can do tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you walk in, you can almost always get them same day. Like if you go to the Zhejiang, like they're numbered, hospital 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you go to one of those Zhejiang hospitals, which is like the province hospitals, the main public hospitals here, you can almost always be seen same day if you go beginning of the day. Okay. It's very easy.
That's what it seems like.
Once you get your ID, just like the train, like it sounds like your first experience is like the train system almost. Like you're having that rough time the first time, but then once your ID is in there, you can easily book your appointment. It's like 15 RMB to see the doctor, so less than $2. Then you go have your appointment. They'll issue your medication right there. You go down to the first floor, and you're already paid for your medication once it's all done. You might pay $10 for the whole visit. Like you might. And they'll give you whatever you need for your cough. And then if you have any testing that needs done, like just forget about it. Like that's where I was about to just mention, I was like, I don't want to be like fake poor. Like, of course I have more money than 666 every week, right? Like I have enough money, especially for like the most concerning thing is emergencies. Like in the US, we're all afraid of an emergency where we go to the hospital and they just charge you $10,000. Right? Here, you can break your leg, and if it's $50, call me up and I'll come down there and I'll talk to somebody.
Right.
It's insanely reasonably priced for medical care.
I don't understand why it's so difficult everywhere else. But again, because of PTSD in the US, I just won't do it. I won't do it.
And they'll take care of you. Like they're not going to, I mean, I don't want you to go through your medical history on the podcast, but I think we've all had those experiences where we did not have it wasn't
pleasant.
Yeah. A good medical evaluation and then diagnosis and then result in the US. And here I have had nothing but amazing experiences.
That's what somebody told me, like when I was paying for the application fee, I was like, this appointment is 15 yuan. Yeah. She was like, no, this is just the which I'm still like 15 yuan is like, what, $1.50?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing.
But I've also just heard like people will go in and their bill is like 100 yuan.
Yeah.
Which is, about $10, which I'm just like, I remember when I was in the US and I had tendonitis in both of my wrists from working as a server and during the holiday season. And I went to the doctors. There was no wait. I was able to go in almost instantly. the doctor, he took my arm, he bent my arm until I go, ow, 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 dear God, please stop. And he writes me a prescription. He goes, you probably shouldn't work for the next 2 weeks, and sends me on my way. I get a bill. So also, mind you, I have to pay for the prescription, which
Right.
was like $30 for the prescription. And then I get a bill and it was like $1,200. He didn't use a machine.
Nope.
He didn't.
He touched your hand. He
Thank
gave you the love of the American medical system. 1,200, please.
And I told him I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
And then they sent it to a debt collector. And they're like, we need you to. I was like, no.
Nope. Try to bring it down to something reasonable.
No, I told her, it was like, you guys can stop calling me. I'm not, no, bye. Bye.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
Even
But-
with paying your premium, what is it? It's like you have to pay like $6,000 before you can.
Before it's covered by insurance, you got to pay your $6,000 deductible or whatever it is.
Oh my God, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here you'll notice, like in the hospital, I'm excited for you to go, and then shoot me a message because I'm just curious how your experience goes. But there's Western medicine, so there's every medicine we have in the United States. They can issue that same prescription that you would have gotten, and then they also have all the Chinese medicine. So they'll ask you which medication you want to take. Like, would you like a more holistic style? Would you like more Western? They'll basically, if you tell them
That's cool.
how you want to live your life, they'll just accommodate.
Dude, I'm down for some Chinese medicine.
Yeah, it's not like and for. I'm curious as to what they give you too.
I
Because
am
you
too.
can just take some like there's some Chinese medicine that's like it's herbs basically. You mix it up in like a tea, you drink it in the morning, you'll feel so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works like almost. I remember I got sick last winter while I was here, and like I was starting to lose my voice. I called my school and was like, hey, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm going to come in for my one class tomorrow, but I need the next day off. I'm getting really sick. I'm losing my voice. And I just need a day or two to like rest my voice. And I was like, I'm going to drink my teas and I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do. They were like, oh, yeah, no problem.
You're like, don't come here with that.
Yeah, exactly. And you still, like, even when they're not sick, you still see people walking around with a mask.
Yep.
And I took the medicine, and I want to say the next day, I was like, I think I can go to work.
You ready to go dancing.
What? How? It was like a day of me taking the medicine. And this is Chinese medicine. All right. They weren't joking about this.
Yeah, I recommend it. And my wife, of course, knows. I mean, she's Chinese, so she's taken it her whole life and has all these different packets of this stuff. And I'm like, is this drugs or is this medicine? And it's just medicine and it doesn't give you any type of effects. And it's just really healthy and good. Makes you feel better.
Yeah. None of those, this could cause upset stomach, diarrhea, blood clots, loss of limbs.
Right.
Like,
This,
how is this legal?
right. The
Death.
risks are about 10 times worse than your symptoms.
Right? Sometimes it's like, nah, I'm just going to let it.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially like in the Black community, we have the whole just go rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine.
Yep.
And this was, I think I was telling somebody too, I was like, this is why like Black people and Chinese people should be friends. Because I feel like so much of our growing up are exactly the same.
100%.
Like, we believe in like, like, I remember snake root.
My granddad and my Chinese dad here would get along
so well.
same Buffalo,
Yeah.
Buffalo, New York, and Wenzhou, China. Those two are the same cloth.
Yep.
Yep.
I was telling a friend too, I was like, like Chinese mothers, they love you by feeding you, but they will also tell you you're fat. Black moms,
Yep.
they love you by feeding you, but will tell you, oh girl, you getting thick.
Yeah. The honesty has to be like some form of love is honesty at some point.
I mean, to an extent. Like,
They're saying it though in such a loving way. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I guess. You're still calling me fat.
No.
There's no loving way to say you're fat.
I just think about my grandma and I think about the Chinese way of saying that, and it's just like they just love on you, and it's like they came from a point like my Chinese father, he came from starvation. So like for him, he's like trying to make his kids plump. His whole life is like his whole mission is.
That is also an interesting concept because like China goes back and forth through these stages of like thin is good, fat is good. Like I'm so confused about which is which.
No, you'll get so many people who appreciate people who have some mass to them because it shows that they're well fed and that they've made it.
Exactly.
And he loves food to this day. It's just
I was saying that that is also another interesting thing that I'm still starting to get used to is like the Chinese beauty standards. That is interesting.
That's such a wide, that's a wide gap.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't even get into that. Like, you can't please everybody in that way.
No, I'm still trying to like my head is spinning because yeah, like you said, some people are like, yes, fat is good because you're wealthy, you have money to feed yourself good.
Yep.
But then at the same time, it's like, oh no, skinny is good because it shows discipline and restraint. And you're just like, who, where, what?
All that is to me, though, is that's plenty of room to live my life. That just gives me plenty of room to live my life. Like, if I'm ready to go, eat what I want to eat today, I have no problem doing it.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Also, it's nice too because China is making me fat. The food is just really good.
It's so good. I mean, the food is so good. So to wrap this one up, though, and I want to get back to comedy.
Yeah.
When are you going to bring the full comedy scene to Hangzhou? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh.
6 months to a year, we're going to have a full-blown comedy club. We're going to have 2 or 3 or 4. Are we going to have some real comedy here in Hangzhou?
I won't say a club, but I will definitely say I'm hoping by the end of the year we have a few different venues that we would be able to have as options. I'm really hoping that some of the people who are coming to these open mics stick through it and actually,
See the potential and just push for it. Yeah.
and we can put them in shows. Like we can have them on for 5 to 10 minutes. I'm hoping to have all of these different themed ideas that I want to do. So I'm telling everybody like, give me some time. We've only done like 3 shows so far, but it's gonna get there. It's definitely going to get there.
100%. And I'm only putting you on the spot for fun. I'm just super excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean, comedy is comedy. It's only fun.
It's just laughter is the best medicine. Like I've never been angry at a comedy show. I mean, I've definitely like not laughed at some jokes because they were terrible jokes, but I really want this to be something like what I had back in Prague and what I had in Turkey, which are really awesome communities of people who just love to make other people laugh, including each other. And it's like we didn't just perform with each other. We wrote jokes together. We came to each other's shows. Like if I wasn't in a show, I would go to somebody else's show. We are very supportive of each other. And then after that, we would all just hang out. So like these were some of my best friends. And I miss having that kind of community of people. So that's what I want here. I want people to be my friends. And I want us to laugh together and make other people laugh.
You're going to bring it to Hangzhou. I can feel it. And I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Me too. Thank you.
So guys, stay tuned for more comedy. The comedy scene in Hangzhou is coming. And as always, hopefully this was helpful. Shows you a side of China you wouldn't otherwise see or hear. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.